The man in the middle, standing 7'2", number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And while it might be very early in the season, never too soon to take a look at the power rankings, see how the teams are stacking up. You look at Oakland, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, right now for Minneapolis, they've been outstanding of late. A well-deserved 3rd spot on the power rankings. This is a dangerous team, so expect them to make noise in the playoffs.
The starters for Utah, they've got Kyle Filipowski. Collier is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Williams in at small forward. And for Minneapolis, Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Miller, then it's Bobby Portis, and it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5, roaming the paint. Wow, the fans are loud in here tonight, Doris. Early season hype is all around us.
This building feels electric right now. Listen, the standings are wide open. Hope is in the air. It's contagious.
Now here's Thomas. Russell deciding where to go with it. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Collier. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Well, that's the ball handling skills of D'Angelo Russell on display. How crafty at finding ways to score.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on Russell. For 3, Collier. It's hauled in by Portis. Minneapolis with the ball. Miller, right side. Thomas passes to Portis. That one is off. Good D by Kessler. Melton against Thomas. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier, guarded by Russell. From behind the arc. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Thomas outside. Here's Portis. Abdul-Jabbar. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Melton, right side. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Well, Kessler, a team-first guy, someone who's very willing to give up the ball when he sees a chance.
Thomas outside. Pass to Portis. Miller outside. Portis with a screen on Williams. Back to Portis. 5 to shoot. Miller against Williams. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
So often the outcome of a game is dictated in the first quarter of a game. This is a tough start.
Utah's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Pass to Filipowski. Now here's Kessler, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. For 3, Collier. And it's Thomas with the rebound. And Thomas has got the ball here for Minneapolis. You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, Doris.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears you to the veterans.
Here's Collier. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Utah moving the ball around. Now here's Kessler. Not a lot of room. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Here's Miller. Oh, okay then. And he hammers in the reverse slam.
Oh, my goodness. The flare and the explosion on that finish by Brandon Miller. Look out below.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Collier. Yet to see a basket. Williams on the wing, guarded by Miller. Pass to Collier. There's the triple. Rebounded by Minneapolis. And this is the first season matchup for him against this Utah team.
Not exactly the biggest game on the season schedule, but both teams are capable of flashing serious potential.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
Here's Kessler. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Minneapolis leading by 3. Miller, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Outside for Russell. Miller against Melton. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. What a tremendous game he played against Portland. Flipped it in with a hook. Abdul-Jabbar's got his second bucket on the night.
You don't see the hook shot too often these days, but hey, it can be so effective.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
For Minneapolis, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Russell, that's good.
The floater is a tougher shot than it looks, but boy, he makes it look effortless.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier, guarded by Russell. Count the basket.
He was cold, but that basket might get him going. 1 for 6 now.
Here's Miller, and down it goes. 2 points. Miller's got his second basket.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
And it's Utah with the ball, trailing by 5. Pass to Kessler. Melton on the wing. Here's Collier. Filipowski sets a screen. Off the mark there with a 3.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
Williams against Miller. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Boy, so much fun watching him score the ball. He's averaging a little more than 36 a game. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Williams. Russell with the rebound.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's Portis. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. Knocked loose. Stolen by Russell. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Portis for 3. The putback. Abdul-Jabbar. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
To the middle. And it's Filipowski. That time on the assist from Collier.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Outside Russell. There's a screen. Crosses over. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
The first free throw is good for Minneapolis. Williams is checked in for Portis. Mann comes in for Miller. And it's Whitehead in for Thomas. And that's good as he hits both shots. Jazz trail by 7. Outside, Williams. Kessler up top from the high post. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Boy, Kessler ready to fire. Locked and loaded on the catch.
Inside. Pass to Williams. And side, here's Russell. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He's covered by Kessler. Here's Abdul-Jabbar over Kessler. Minneapolis with another miss. Here's Collier, guarded by Russell. To the wing, right side. And they're on the break. Here's Whitehead. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback. Ouch.
That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And now the first timeout called here for Utah. Claxton, he's checked in for Minneapolis. Then for Utah, Hendricks comes in for Williams. And it's Keontae George in for Melton. Here's Collier. Pass to George. Now here's Filipowski. Utah moving the ball around. And here's George, guarded by Russell. To the right side. Clock at 6. Pulls up. Collier, no good.
Listen, things aren't going his way right now, but listen, you just keep going. Keep working at it.
Here's Mann. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
The Jazz again can't hit.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Jazz trail by 9. Pass to Hendricks. Fires the 3. Claxton with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Russell against George. Russell to pass to Mann. Williams looking around. Here's Whitehead. Tipped. Here's Hendricks. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Tyre Williams picks one up.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he drops it first. He's off on the second. Minneapolis leading by 8. Ball with it. Guarded now by George. And Williams punches it home.
You know, passing is what has defined Chris Paul's career. And boy, does he have a way to get his teammates involved.
To the paint. Here's Hendricks. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
High value assist there. Finding him inside for the finish.
Ball with it. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Right side man. Launches it. Deflected. Here's Hendricks. He's guarded by Mann. George against Paul. George drives in. Here's Robinson-Earl. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Paul taking his time here. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. 11 feet out, and it falls. 4 for 8 for him from the floor.
He's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Back to George. To the inside, Robinson-Earl. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Utah, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl.
And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
The previous play is under review.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got.
The ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. And here's Paul. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Minneapolis closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. For those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And when you consider how Minneapolis is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Minneapolis. They've led by as much as 10. We've got Cam Thomas. He's out there with Chris Paul. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5. Now here's Thomas. Still no points. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. And for Utah, George Niang out there with Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. Then there's Keontae George, and it's Hendricks in at the 3. Here's Wilson. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. From 10 feet away. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 points this quarter. George passes to Robinson-Earl. Tipped.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Pass to Paul. Back to Thomas. Now here's Paul. Here's Wilson. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. A moment here to see the numbers for Cam Thomas.
The way he shot the ball in these last 5 games has been tremendous. His field goal percentage has been on the rise, and he's showing 0 indications that he's going to slow down anytime soon.
Jazz trail by 8. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
Outside Paul. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. 5 on the clock. Minneapolis needs to get off a shot. Here's Thomas for 3. The offensive rebound. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Pass to Hendricks. Utah moving the ball around. Offline with a 3. Minneapolis leading by 6. Outside Paul. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And here's Thomas from the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
This guy is such a determined young player. Cam Thomas overcomes the contest.
Well, when you think about Cam Thomas, Doris, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, it's the first thing that comes into Cam's mind, and that's put the ball in the basket. And the ability to do it from range or off the bounce, this guy is a special offensive player.
And Utah calls time here. Portis comes in for Williams, and Brandon Miller subbed in for Wilson. The Jazz making a switch here. On defense, Minneapolis. 9-point game. Melton outside. Pass to Robinson Earl. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Well, Doris, one of the highest compliments you'll hear about ball handlers is saying you can't speed them up.
That's exactly right, B.A., because pressure against the best players doesn't bother them. In fact, the greatest players want more than one defender because then they know that puts their team at an advantage if they can make great decisions.
And he's good on the first of 3. And the second free throw is good. And he nails the third.
They've been impeccable from the line here in the second period, doing what they can to try to build some momentum.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. 14 points for him. Here's Williams. And buries the jumper to finish off the break. Williams has got his first basket.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Portis outside for 3. The rebound by the Jazz.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Miller against Williams. Pass to Melton. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Minneapolis. Abdul-Jabbar's got 11 rebounds in the game. Paul passes to Portis. Back to Paul. Stolen by Melton. From the left block. That's good from Collier on the assist from Melton.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
Portis outside. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Miller outside. Puts up a 3. Drains the triple. Miller's got 7 points in the game.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Here's Collier. Now Williams. Guarded by Miller. 6 to shoot. The 11-footer. No good off the back of the rim.
Oh, my goodness, those chippies, you come to regret those. That is a good look, and you can't complete it.
Back to Thomas. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He's got 14. No good with the hook. Out to the right wing. For 3, Collier hits the 3-pointer. Collier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, this guy not necessarily a knockdown threat from deep, but when you give him that type of room, he will make you pay.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You look at Minneapolis, still early, but they have the 3rd best record in the conference.
Well, I think for Minneapolis, I think we all knew they were going to be a dangerous team, but to their credit, they have lived up to those expectations. They're just not a team you want to face right now.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
Now here's Miller. 7 points in the game. Here's Wolf. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Outside for Russell. Back to Miller. Over Williams. Miller can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 4. Jumps up. And Williams punches it home.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Portis. 8 points in his last time out. No good from 11 feet.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
Pass to Collier. Outside, out of bounds. It'll be Minneapolis's ball. And how about a look at the top shot blocking teams in the NBA this season?
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
Kessler, he's checked in for Niang.
24, Walker Kessler.
Now Russell. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Pass to Wolf. Thomas outside. Outside Russell. Back to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Down low. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Collier. The 3. Doesn't go that time. Beyond the arc. And Thomas gets it to go on the assist from Miller. Thomas has got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, Cam Thomas is an enthusiastic three-point shooter. This guy will not hesitate.
Now here's Melton. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Pass to Filipowski. And the layup is good off the glass. Filipowski's got his second basket of the night.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Thomas passes to Portis. Miller against Williams. And here's Russell. Thomas outside. Shoots over Melton. Thomas misses. Jazz trail by 3. Melton outside. Inside. Here's Kessler. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Portis for 3. That shot's good. Russell making the play. And Minneapolis leads by 4.
Guys with size who can shoot with range, that is a tough tandem to defend.
Thomas with a steal. Miller finds Portis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And now it's a 6-point Minneapolis lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minneapolis.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense. Getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition. How good was Zach? Felt the taller defender on him, gave a little extra burst, and that's all it took.
Pass to Miller. Outside Russell. Yep, that one's good. Russell's got 6.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
And you look at the shot pattern for D'Angelo Russell. Of course, lots of 3s in there.
You're right, B.A. There are certain guys who believe in their ability to get hot from distance, and it can completely change the tenor of the game. That has been the story of D'Angelo's career.
There's one principal reason why they're sitting on this lead. Rebounding.
With the drive, pass to Miller, over Williams. Miller can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 6. Now here's Williams. 3-pointer off the mark.
Gosh, it feels like he's pressing a little bit, and obviously playing from behind doesn't help.
Wolf. And there it is for him. Wolf's gotten his second bucket.
Well, pretty pass by Cam Thomas there. That's a facet of his game he's got to continue to work on.
Melton outside. Pass to Collier. There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Now here's Kessler. Defense is right there. From deep, Melton. Rebounded by Minneapolis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Wolf. Miller outside. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. And it's a 10-point Minneapolis lead.
They have no answer defensively inside.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams against Miller. Kessler, a screen on Miller. To stop the drought. Back to Melton. Pass to Collier. Filipowski sets a screen. And another miss by Utah. And so it's Minneapolis earning this break in the action, up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're measuring up the shot.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far. And when you're down at the bottom of a list like this, always a tough place to be.
Yep, you could send some of those teams to Cancun right now.
Some aren't even good enough for Cancun. Where are they going, Kenny?
I don't know. Let me think. Galveston? Send them to Galveston.
Sounds like that might be a nice getaway. I'd like to get away from you two right now, as a matter of fact. And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for Minneapolis.
Slashing, scoring it close. This is my kind of game. I like the grit they're playing with right now.
Yeah, and they're playing really smart. I mean, you keep it going until someone stops it.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so here's Minneapolis. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. Then it's Bobby Portis. Then there's Brandon Miller. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the center position. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Thomas. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Will grant for a late first-round pick. Cam Thomas is a certified bucket.
Yeah, B.A. He's got every shot in the book. And he's still rounding out the other aspects of his game. But if you need to score, that he can provide.
The first one falls.
You have to appreciate the strides Cam Thomas is making as a player. His confidence is growing. He attacks without hesitation. Lots to come with this guy.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Here's Collier. Pass to Kessler. Now here's Williams. Guarded by Miller. Hey, from beyond the arc. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Collier, guarded by Russell. Pass to Kessler. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Collier, no good.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Thomas outside. Kessler with a rebound.
I'd go back to that shot again. That's a great look from the mid-range.
Pass to Collier. Here's Kessler, defended by Portis. Utah moving the ball around. Kessler, a screen on Miller. For 3, Collier. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Here's Thomas for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Boy, the team doing pretty well despite his offensive struggles right now.
Thomas with the ball, and Melton picks him up defensively. And the shot goes down. Portis has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Now here's Thomas. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Tries it from 19. Thomas misses. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Williams. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Utah ball.
And a quick check of the 2K leaderboard. Here are the toughest defenses to score against.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks.
Utah has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 3rd. Kessler, a screen on Russell. Melton outside. Pass to Kessler. Clock at 6. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
You get a sense of the court awareness of Brandon Miller. Young player, but really polished.
Collier. Williams from long range. They get it back. Melton outside. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Second chance effort. It's deflected.
And he just continued to work for the block. Miller not letting up an ounce of effort.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. A new generation is entering the league, and Draymond Green said, these young dudes talk a lot of mess. I don't mind it at all. It's just weird to be in a space where they're like, man, I watched you my whole life. But then they're also talking crazy, saying, you had your run, you're old now. Back to you guys.
Yeah, it flipped quick, doesn't it? Thank you, Allie. Here's Collier. He's got 7. Pass to Filipowski. The 3 is up. And no good. Minneapolis leading by 14. To the paint. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He's covered by Kessler. Baseline try. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He's covered by Kessler. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. And here's the upcoming schedule for Minneapolis. On Sunday, they'll be facing Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. And then on Tuesday, Jazz trail by 14. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Out of bounds. It'll be Minneapolis' ball. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Minneapolis. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Thomas outside. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. 6 on the shot clock. Over Kessler. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Abdul-Jabbar's gotten 4 this quarter. And Utah calls time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Minneapolis will go for a different look here. Williams is checked in for Portis. Mann comes in for Miller. Whitehead, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Chris Paul in for Russell. Now here's Williams. Soft touch off the glass. Williams has got 6 points.
I like how assertive he was, making his presence felt on the interior.
Outside Paul. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Over Kessler. Abdul-Jabbar misses. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Collier. 7 points in the game. And here's Kessler. Tries a 10-footer. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
Boy, he'd be the first to tell you that is a shot that we expect him to make.
The kick out to Paul. Mann, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Rebounded by the Jazz. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. He got a piece of it. Here's Whitehead. Melton covers to the middle. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Abdul-Jabbar's got 20 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Minneapolis.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Minneapolis leading by 16. To the inside. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Pass to Filipowski. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Williams. And here's Mann. Williams defending. On the wing man. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots over Collier. Abdul-Jabbar misses. Jazz trail by 18. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Kessler. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Minneapolis passing it around. Pass to Whitehead. Stolen. In transition, here come the Jazz. Now here's Kessler. The kick out to Williams. Filipowski with it. He has 6. High post Kessler. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Williams. Utah with another miss.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Outside Paul. On the wing man. Williams defending. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Abdul-Jabbar's got 22.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
A big group substitution here for Utah. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Pass to Kessler. Here's Hendricks. He's guarded by man. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kessler. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Kessler's got 8. Minneapolis with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. There's 1:47 left to play in the third. This is the second trip to the line in the game.
Second team foul. At the line for 2, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Jazz trail by 19. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Robinson Earl. Williams defending. And here's Niang. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Niang, no good.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Here's man. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Now Williams. 19-footer. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, read the floor. You kick it out to the open shooter. It's a simple game.
George passes to Robinson Earl. Rebounded by Minneapolis.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Now here's George. An aggressive player on offense, scoring around 16 a game. Pass to Hendricks. To the wing on the left. Wing shot on the way. Rebounded by Minneapolis. Abdul-Jabbar's. George against Paul. Right wing. Out to the right wing. And so it's Minneapolis. A huge 24-point lead for them. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by... State Farm.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So the Utah 5 right now. We've got Keontae George. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is out there with George Niang. Then there's Collier, and it's Hendricks in at the 3 spot. Now here's Russell. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Niang with a double team. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
The lead pass is on the money. Make it so easy for your teammate.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting only 31% in the game. Here's Hendricks. Lets the three fly. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Here's Russell. Pass to Miller. This one for three. Rebound, Utah.
We call that lockdown perimeter defense against an excellent three-point shooter.
And that one drops for him.
Terrific move. He sees the opening and doesn't hesitate.
Thomas passes to Miller. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. To the middle. Thomas outside. Fires from deep. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's George. Out to the wing. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Collier. Over Thomas. Collier, no good. Minneapolis has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Miller, the pass to Thomas. Russell against George. Outside Russell. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Wolf. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Here's Robinson Earl. Pass to Hendricks. Misses the three. Minneapolis has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Miller outside. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. George feels it out a bit. And the layup falls.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
Outside Russell. Thomas passes to Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Now here's Filipowski. Down low. Stolen by Miller. Here's Thomas. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Boy, we don't see Cam Thomas dunk it with authority that often. His legs must be feeling pretty good today.
Pass to Hendricks. George outside. Driving inside. Uses the glass on the layup. George has gotten 4 this quarter.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
George against Russell. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And with the cap, many teams looking for cheap young players to fill the bench. How does that affect the mid-level vets?
Again, B.A., I go back to how difficult roster construction and sustaining a quality roster are. The mention of youth here is about, listen, you have to hope your draft choices work out well, and you have to hope your young players develop quickly because they are on team-friendly contracts.
Now here's Russell, and he's going for the lob! Up high, and down it goes on the lob.
And that's a perfect pass by Russell. He really understands where to get his man the ball.
Utah has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Collier. Pass to George. Now here's Filipowski. 5 on the clock. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Russell up top. George defending. Russell against George. And Russell, here we go. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Abdul-Jabbar's got 31. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Hendricks, guarded by Miller. For three, Collier. Rebounded by Minneapolis.
Just not his night offensively. That's part of why they fell behind.
And here's Miller. It's Thomas on the wing. Shoots over Collier. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
When Cam Thomas finds a look, folks, he is going to attack.
For Utah, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Pass to Hendricks. There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize a team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
Thomas misses.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Looking to get back on track. And the layup is up and in. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Thomas outside. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots over Filipowski. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Here's Niang. Offensive rebound. Here's Collier. George for three. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. And here's Miller. Now a timeout called by Minneapolis. And the more experience George gets, the more confident he looks.
Well, Keontae George is an excellent athlete. He's got positional size to play the lead guard, but he's got to develop as a playmaker. He took that step this past season, and we know this. The guy is elite athletically. Like, there's a lot of good building blocks here.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Paul. Off the inbound, no good. The Jazz shooting only 36% since the fourth quarter started. Here's Melton. Claxton with a rebound. Minneapolis has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Williams from long range. Utah with the rebound. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Zaire Williams picks one up, and you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, PA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that is going to hold weight with what he says. But your best players have got to also lead by example. Give me both types, PA.
He's perfect from the line this time. Now Paul. Outside, Williams. Here's Wolf, covered by Filipowski. Wolf can't get it to go. The Jazz shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Filipowski sets a screen. Inside. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Minneapolis. Outside, Williams. Paul passes to Whitehead. Stolen by Melton. Pass to Collier. Filipowski. Filipowski sets a screen from deep. Melton. Rebounded by Minneapolis. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in the game. Ball against Williams. Outside Paul.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To stop the drought. Solid defense from Williams.
It's not easy to finish in traffic, but those are chances he has to convert.
Pass to Kessler. He tries for 3. Williams misses. Minneapolis has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. To the middle. And they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less credit.
And, you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases, you're talking legacy. You know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Now here's Melton. Pass to Kessler. Melton outside. The 3 ball. Claxton with a rebound.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
And it's Paul off the drive. Hey, one heck of a crossover there.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Now here's Kessler. Melton outside. Utah moving the ball around. And finished off by Kessler. That gives him a double-double in this one.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
Rejected by Claxton. Right side, Williams fires for 3 and gets it to fall. And so it's Minneapolis with the W. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
All right, thanks, guys. D'Angelo, some great basketball tonight. Talk about the winning habits this team is forming.
Keeping it simple on the offensive end, limiting our errors on the defensive end. And I think that piles up. We stay solid throughout the whole game. Just simple, man. I think the simpler we keep it, the better we are as a team.
Keep it simple. What a great reminder. Thanks, D'Angelo.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And time to present our player of the game.
Boy, man, good performance here by Team Kareem. Not a great offensive performance, but the defense was on point tonight. They really got after him. Turnovers were high for Team Kareem, but they did a good job just getting good stops all night long and getting out and running a little bit. 27 fast break points, 60 points in the paint. Didn't do a great job of getting to the free throw line. I'd like to see it get those free throw line a little bit more, but good defensive performance. Kareem putting in good numbers. Go ahead and make sure you guys read the description area as I cover some of Kareem's exploits in the season thus far. But as you see, his averages remain the same. 31 points, 26 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, a steal, only 1 turnover. Only took 25 shots. Utah Jazz, they just got shut down tonight. Look at that, 11 points is your game high. 1 for 12 from downtown. Couldn't buy one. Worst team in the NBA right now. They only got 1 win. They played like it, too. Let's take a look at some highlights. Hope you guys are noticing Team Kareem's new uniforms I put together recently. Hope you guys are enjoying that. Spent a little time on getting these uniforms made up, changing the court design a little bit, give it a little bit more of a festive flair for as we make our way in the season. Keep going. I got some more designs planned up for later, but I'll change those at a later date. I like the ones that we have right now. I recently just changed Team Jordan's, Kareem's that you're seeing right now, and as well as Olajuwon's. And I did a little thing to Team Showtime as well. Not much, just a little smart, minor tweak on theirs. You guys will see that somewhere. And Dr. J as well. I totally revamped Dr. J's jerseys. You guys will see them coming up next, as a matter of fact, because they'll be taking on. Hold on, let's go ahead and get a quick look here at the standings here in the Eastern Conference, excuse me. Team Kareem at 13-2, just behind Team Jordan at 14-1, and the undefeated Globetrotters with Wilt Chamberlain at 13-0. Bad Boys at the rear at 12-2, with Team Larry Bird all the way down there at 9-5, 4.5 games behind the first place. They got a ways to go, but hey, they're moving up. Team Bird's moving up steadily. They're fighting off all the competition. I will say this though: the Boston Celtics are right there at their heels. Look at that. Boston Celtics are right there. So it's going to be a mad dash to get that spot and stay out of that play-in tournament situation as the season goes forward. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at who is up next on the Daily View for today's schedule. I think it's Team J. Should be Team J going to Golden State for an NBA Cup game. Yep. Team J. And you can see Dr. J's new uniforms there. Got the road jerseys there. And it will be Dr. J and his boys going on the road to Golden State to take on Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler, Brandon Platinsky, and Moses Moody in an NBA Cup game. Quick look at Team J's situation right now. They're currently sitting at 9-4 on the season, 2.5 games out of first place in the Western Conference. That's not bad. Western Conference is a lot more gridlocked than the East. The East is pretty much, it's Team Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain leading the way over there with everybody else, and Team Kareem, everybody else playing catch up. Team Dream down there at 9-6, just underneath those guys, but they're making their way. Keep in mind, Hakeem Olajuwon is still playing injured. He's been playing injured the entire season. But with that, I will see you guys for this next matchup coming up as Team Dr. J, the Oakland Jays, goes into Golden State to take on Golden State for a NBA Cup game and try to push their record to 10-4 and move up in the NBA Cup standings. I'll see you guys for that one shortly in the next 15 minutes. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed what you saw, and make sure you're reading the descriptions on all the videos as I leave storylines and statistics there for you guys to read to keep you guys immersed game to game. And with that, I say goodbye. I'll see you next time. Peace.